Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh,
it's live.
popping in. Hey guys, how are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, I am really pleased to present our guests today. If you know what it is, this is the I Love Babylon radio show. Today, our guests our scheduled guests are Rich Schaffer, Town of Babylon Supervisor, Anthony Martinez, Deputy Town of Babylon Supervisor, and Chairman of Parks and Recreation, Daniel McKeon, who is Commissioner of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, and Eva Rodriguez, who is the Deputy Parks Commissioner. I want to say welcome to all of you, and let's get into it. It is live from the town of Babylon, New York, the gateway to Suffolk County and the heart of Long Island. This is I Love Babylon with me, your host, Ryan O'Neill Williams, and our special guests today. And I see Rich Schaffer has made it. So you know what that means, Rich. I have to do the summer thing, the one thing I do every summer, right? You're going to see this all summer, right?
Beaches to our place in history, the special friends you'll find here, the things to do and see, feeling good about Long Island, the place you want to be, the heart of it all has it all, Babylon, the heart of it all has it all, Babylon.
Eva, you see that little baby that was in the beginning? You love that, right?
Yeah.
You know you guys have to come up with a new video like that, right? You guys, come on now.
We're
here.
I think it's time to update.
Yes, right. We need an updated video.
That's circa 1988.
Oh my goodness.
I
was in high school.
Why are we dating ourselves, people? Let's stop this right now. I was in high school too. You know that little baby in the beginning, the blonde hair one in the like half naked running around? That's Rich Schaffer. Did you know that? Little known fact. No, it's not.
I thank you, Ryan, for being so nice. But you know, the one thing that doesn't get dated are Town of Babylon Parks and Recreation.
Absolutely not. Which is what we're here to talk about today. Specifically, how great I've been seeing some amazing things around town. And by the way, just so you guys are all up to speed, yes, I said we're live coming from the town of Babylon, but actually, as it turns out, I am not sitting behind the Fire Island Lighthouse. I'm in Jamaica today, so I'm hanging out. But I thought that I definitely want to talk about this because I kept seeing some really great posts about the beaches, and I saw some really great posts about the parks, like you're doing a park a day or a beach a day posts on Facebook. Was that you, Eva?
It was, yeah. It was something I came to Dan to give full credit. It was actually another county legislator who was doing this. She's been doing it for years, and she would highlight places around Suffolk County. And Dan and I both are new this season, and I didn't know much about the parks, and neither did he. So we thought, well, why don't we take some photos and highlight? And we found out a lot of the residents didn't know where some of these places were also. So it was a lot of fun. It concluded yesterday, but we did Beach Week last week leading up to the Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. It's close to my heart because it's one of the things that I used to go out and do. Like I would do these videos and do that kind of thing. But we've gotten to a point where with COVID, I was worried that, we get in trouble or there'd be places that we shouldn't go or stay away from, whatever the rules are. So maybe, Dan, can you tell us what some of those updated, maybe upgraded rules are for now this new COVID time?
Yeah, well, it's wonderful to be able to say that we are dropping many of the restrictions that have been put in place during COVID. The social distancing signs have been removed. The 6-foot stickers that were on the floor have been removed, and we're really looking forward to as normal a summer as we have had since 2019. I know I'm excited about it. Eva's excited about it, working with Tony and Rich, to make sure that we're still being safe and sanitary, but also being accessible and kind of taking a deep breath and returning to normal is really the balance we're trying to strike. And I couldn't be happier to be walking into a position like this at this time.
Yeah, yeah. My favorite thing is the concerts that are generally held in Copaig at the band shell. And so I was really looking forward to those. Rich generally kicks them off. I see Tony used to kick them off too. You'll always show up and say, "Hi, how you doing? Town of Babylon, how are you going?" So you guys ready for that again this year, Rich, Tony?
Yeah, we are ready to go. And, let me just double back, though, for a second, Ryan.
Yes, please.
Because Dan and Eva are understating their presence here. So Tony and I are very excited. We had a very difficult last 2.5 years with COVID, and Celeste Kazmersky and Trisha Burton and all the staff members of the Parks Department did a terrific job of being able to get us through both summer of 20 and summer of 21. Where we had some little bit more relaxed COVID protocols because of being outside and the fact that it was spread by air. And so we were able to adapt very well because of their hard work. And now we're extremely excited about the new team we have in place. Dan comes to us by way of the education world. He was the principal of the West Babylon Junior High School for 5 or 6 years. He's last stint was as a superintendent of schools in East Mauritius, out east. And Eva, sadly, was working for Rob Calarco, who was a presiding officer. He unexpectedly lost his election, but his loss is our gain here in Babylon. She has a great background in local government. She serves in Patchogue Village on the planning board, and she was a deputy commissioner of the planning department in the town of Brookhaven for a number of years, and most recently chief of staff to Rob and the county legislature. So the two of them joke they didn't know each other before they came here, but Tony and I commented that we've been in meetings now where they're finishing each other's sentences, and that to me and to Tony makes us feel really good. We could sleep well at night. We just went through Memorial Day weekend, which is the biggest weekend. Obviously, Saturday wasn't the greatest day, but Sunday and Monday were awesome. And we commented how we didn't really get any blowback complaints. Everybody was happy and were able to enjoy it. So we've got a great administrative team, and they'll tell you about the team that they're working with on their staff. But I'll let Tony jump in because Tony's the chair of the Parks Committee. He's directly responsible for everything that goes on over there.
I wrote that for the supervisor, so
Right. You say you wrote it, but it sounds like he's passing the buck. So if anything goes wrong, it's all on you.
Only when things go wrong.
Chairman of Parks and Recreations, I couldn't be happier now with this administrative team, the team that they have put together, and they will speak to that, at each and one of the facilities. Has been tremendous. I texted Rich and I said, it's quiet. What's going on? I haven't heard one complaint over the weekend. He's like, me neither. So, and he gets most of them first. He's like, he's how he is. He's front and center always. So, but I didn't get any. And so I asked him, he's like, no, negative. So I want to say thank you to Dan and Eva and to their staff. There's an Italian saying that says that the fish rots from the head. And it's true. It's we have a great, really fresh fish at the top right now.
That's nice. That's nice.
Thank you.
Calling you fish guns, but it's okay. It's okay. I get it. But yeah, in general, yeah, absolutely. That's what they're. It's so true that this is probably. I've lived in other places. I've lived in many places, and I can consistently say that this is probably one of the most responsive offices of government I have ever seen. I am consistently impressed. That's why I started this whole thing. I was just like, I love this place. It's absolutely amazing how they, and you're talking about from the top. Yeah, but they're following your example too, guys. Rich
and Dan and Eva, by the way, I knocked on Ryan's door. How I first met Ryan, probably 7-8 years ago, maybe even more.
Dude, it's 13 years ago. I
13
bought the house,
Oh, wow.
and he walks. And the reason why I know that is my daughter. We bought the house in February, and my daughter was born in March of that year, and she just turned 13 in March. And yeah, election. It wasn't even an election year. This guy
No.
just walks up to my door. He's just like, "Hey, my name's Rich Schaffer. I'm just saying hello to new people or whatever people." I don't even think you were saying to new people. I think you were just knocking on doors and saying hello.
Yeah, in the
And I'm like,
neighborhood. Yep.
what? I thought I was in trouble. Because I had literally just bought this domain, ilovebabylon.com, and printed out these business cards about I Love Babylon. And I was like, how the heck did he find out that quickly? And he had me come down to the town office and talk about what it is that I wanted to do. And that relationship, I guess, has carried on since then. And listen, I enjoy living in the town. And so my whole thing was,
You know what it is? It's the biggest bang for the buck, our parks and recreation program. We have people from other towns desperately trying to figure out how to get in to our facilities.
Wow.
Well put.
I was talking to, who was it? Oh, wow. Should I even say the name of the town? I don't want to say the name of the town because the person who lived in the town, basically a very near
Some town
very close by, it starts with O, was saying that, how come you get this? And I was like, they're just great over there. I can't tell you why they do it. It's an amazing town, and they take care of our parks. They take care of our recreation.
And you know what it's all about? We're a blue collar, middle class town. And a lot of people can't afford, especially today with gas prices, things, inflation, can't afford to go on a vacation. And you're able to really, literally have a staycation where you can enjoy, a day at Geiger Spray Park with the little guys and gals. Yeah. You can go out to a concert, like you said, at Tanner. You can go over to Cedar Beach, the Salt Shack, and enjoy a band or entertainment that they've got going on. And Eva and Dan will get into this, the number of programs between swim lessons and day camp and kayaking, something that Tony's really proud of. He put together a kayak route on the Great South Bay. So we've got all sorts of things that you can literally take up a whole week and feel like you've been on a vacation somewhere.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so much stuff. If people are looking for all of that information all at once, because there's no way we can go through all of it here. You are looking for this. You want to go to the Town of Babylon website, and you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom and get the Town of Babylon Summer 2022 Recreation Guide. This is what it looks like. If you're in the I Love Babylon group, you'll find it in there too. I posted it this morning. But this is an amazing collection of all of the things that you can do, all the places that you can go, all the things that the pools, every place that you would like to do, all the stuff that you'd like to do for the summer. Don't miss it. I mean, did we send it out by mail this year, or have we stopped that? Because honestly, it is 2022. Everybody should have a smartphone at this point to actually pick up something like this instead of getting it in paper. Although I get it if you want to have it in paper. Did you mail it out this year?
For some of our more veteran residents who don't adjust well to the technology updates. So we've got copies that we make available at our senior centers and in Town Hall Annex. But for the most part, everybody's been able to find it on site. And then Dan and Eva can explain the way that you can register using their reservation system for camping and signups for different programs. That's all information that's online and makes it much more pleasant experience to be able to access all the programs.
Yeah, this is an incredible undertaking, and we have to give a shout out to Marcella Repetto, who creates this rec guide, and it's the most professional one I've seen, and it really highlights everything that the Town of Babylon offers. And I think when people look through it, they finally get to realize that essentially they have waterfront property that they can get for $45 a year. They have access to concerts. They have access to pools. They have access to parks that are second to none in the county, if not the state. And she really highlights everything that we offer. If you want to learn how to dance, yes, we've got it. If you want to learn how to paint, yes, we've got it. Swimming, lifeguard instruction, golf lessons at all ages, tennis lessons at all ages. It's absolutely amazing.
Which is a new thing, right?
Oh yeah,
I have a bunch of friends who like freaking out over pickleball,
and it sells out. Like it's crazy how popular it is. And there's a tournament at the end of the summer that gets very competitive.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's ridiculously competitive, and then everybody's like, "Okay, we're gonna do that this year." I was like, "What? Okay, what's pickleball?" I had no. First of all, I didn't even know it was that popular, but it's become extremely popular. But yeah, you have movies, you've got concerts. I see some new names this year. I see that. Who's Bad? That's a Michael Jackson act, I assume.
Yes.
I
Yes.
saw there's some guys who are going to do Earth, Wind, and Fire. I hope you guys are ready for.
Hey Ryan,
for
Ryan, we're lucky to get that act because legislator Jason Richburg got money from Suffolk County. So his office is sponsoring that act, and I'm going to get one of my Earth, Wind, and Fire costumes out of the closet, and maybe you'll get to see me there.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
The headband,
don't lie to me.
The headband. I dressed up. Me and my buddies in high school dressed up as Earth, Wind, and Fire for Halloween one year. I don't think it'll fit me then.
It won't. No, yeah, I'm see, this is all the stuff. There's so much stuff. And yes, you're right. The previous versions of the PDF, not to poo-poo on anybody who's done this before, because it is an amazing undertaking. It has to take so much work for you to do, and then to get it out in publication, like out. But this version, literally inside it, has hyperlinks. So if you wanted to click and go and see this, go and get the swim team, go to the practice times or sign up for all that. It literally is inside the PDF. So you can see it on your phone, see it on your laptop, see it on your desktop, click on it and actually go and sign up for your adult swim instruction or your stand-up paddleboarding. What did I see? Stand-up yoga on paddleboard yoga? Where did I see that?
That's right there. Oh, you just passed it.
It's great. Did I pass it?
Yep, it's new this year.
This is crazy. Yep. Who does paddleboard? But there's such a level of diversity of all the things that you can go and do this year, which is absolutely.
And we're really trying to add, just so you know, Ryan, we're trying to add as much diversity as possible. Eva, I think, can comment a little bit on the arts programs that she wants to explore. But one of the things I do want to mention about this rec guide is that it is tied to our entire department, because we have about 7 or 8 employees that are with us year round. And then we grow from those 7 or 8 employees to about 700, 800 for the course of the summer. And it's those core people that make this operation run throughout the year. And they do put so much effort and work into making these programs available. And we are guilty of trying to add even more for years to come, because we do want to expand beyond just a summer program. We are a year-round operation. We want to continue to offer these things.
Exactly.
So our staff is amazing.
Yeah,
Right.
one of the goals we have for the winter is adding maybe a winter wellness series. We have a lot of staff here. It's a parks department, so we have a lot of staff here who are interested in sports and weightlifting and all sorts of stuff. So we're looking to try to do some new things to sort of, mix some things up. We have really great facilities, and one of the great facilities we have is a pool building that has wonderful classroom space. And why not do stuff in February? We're also sort of sitting at home watching the snow.
And I think that highlights the support really that we get from those 2 gentlemen in that bottom box, Tony and Rich. They say yes to everything that we come up with, and the support that we get in this department.
So far.
No. That's exactly what he should say. Keep
say yes, and they support everything because they know that it's going to support the town well. I appreciate their support, so thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right. there were a couple of things. I actually did have. See, the person didn't tag you, Rich, so that's why it's not truly an official complaint, okay? Because that's what happens, ladies and gents. If you are dealing with you have any issue here in town, and by the way, ladies and gents, when we say town of Babylon, I'm not just talking about Babylon Village or West Babylon or North Babylon, just so you know, we're talking about any of the regions or towns or villages encased in the town of Babylon, including Amityville, Babylon Village, Copake, Deer Park, East Farmingdale, Gilgo, Oak Beach, and Captree,
Wyandanch and
parts
Wheatley
of
Heights.
Fire Island. You got your North Amityville, your North. Yeah, we're still here. Is everything okay? Okay, I can still see you. All right, was I going in and out for a second? Sometimes that happens, right? But you have all those areas: Wyandanch, West Babylon, Wheatley Heights. So they're all a part of the town of Babylon. So if you ever decide, okay, I've got a problem in my backyard, and or this happened twice actually. There's a hole in the street, and I just texted or put on Facebook at Rich Schaffer or send it to him in his email. And the amazing responsiveness is always blows me out of the park. The guys come and they take care of whatever it is. So these are people who are absolutely caring about what happens in the town and what goes on there. So what were the restrictions that were lifted as far as pools and beaches were concerned? Because I know we had some trouble with that in 2020, 2021, of course.
Yeah, everything's lifted now. We have fully open, operational. Obviously, the pools will open June 25th, which is last Saturday in June, high school graduation day. But that's our traditional opening, so we'll have a soft open to 4th of July. Yeah, we did well last year when we had pools operational. Obviously in 20 we did not open them because it was just so recent and so apparent that we wouldn't be able to pull that off safely. And our main goal is always to protect the residents' safety, health and safety, and make sure that they can have an enjoyable, safe time. So yeah, all restrictions are lifted. And to your point about whether or not somebody has a concern or a complaint, we always want to do better. So we know that there's no such thing as perfection, because that just doesn't exist, even though it's a word in everybody's vocabulary. But there is a thing called excellence, and we are always striving to be as excellent as we can. And that's why we appreciate, especially people using social media the way they do. They're able to get to us in real time. And Tony and I both have our cell phone numbers out there where people text us about issues that come up, or they tag us on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. And we want to do better. So we need to know when something isn't happening, or something isn't being responded to, or something has happened that we need to respond to.
I'm regret even bringing it up as I bring it up, but it was someone who thought that they believed that the Memorial Day passes were, you didn't need the passes for Memorial Day, but I'm pretty sure that that's not what it actually said. Like the passes were required as of Memorial Day weekend. That's correct for the beaches.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very clear that it's weekends and holidays. And Memorial Day is the only holiday between that. We're sort of in that mid-season, we're preseason, which is before May 20, whatever Saturday was. And then we needed every day starting June 25th.
Yeah, it was after that.
Yeah. And Ryan, the one point is that is for the ocean beaches.
Yes.
So Venetian and Tanner do not start checking passes until the June 25th date. So Venetian was a very popular park for us. And I had gotten a couple of questions as to why we were not checking passes at Venetian. We've never done that until the last Saturday in June. But again, it's become so popular because of the activities at the catch, the fact that the swimming is available, and we also have a number of athletic seasons that are coming to an end at the same time. So Venetian was a little hectic on Saturday and Sunday over the weekend. And then we were able to explain to people that we start checking passes there at the end of June.
When it gets popular, it just gets popular. We had this year, I think it was 2019. I think that was the year we had a group for Queen came down. It was the first year they showed up, right?
Don't remind us.
And oh my gosh.
Oh my God, is right.
A year, like a mile or 2 miles on Montauk Highway. There was nothing. You couldn't
I'll let
move.
Tony handle this one.
It was ridiculous. I had to get out of the car.
Perfect storm. You know, the movie was big, right? And we had Queen here before, but
Yes.
it was just a combination. But you know, from bad things, good things come out, right? And one good thing, when we pride ourselves in connecting with our citizens in our towns, a new civic association was born out of that, and as citizens, they petition their government to think outside the box and try to do things differently. And we have figured out a better way to kind of like funnel people to the to Tanner Park and to funnel them out. And under the leadership of Jerry Giganti, who's a retired chief of detectives of Suffolk County Police Department, he's in charge now, and he's going to be able to help us and work with PD, the first precinct, to address a lot of the traffic issues. But from things like that, we learn.
Yeah, of course. But just so you know, that was probably one of the greatest concerts I've ever seen in the town of Ballard.
Former chairperson of Parks, Sandra Balcony, was
You gotta pay for. Sometimes you gotta pay for a little inconvenience to have greatness. The guy was.
I do also do a good Freddie Mercury, so if you want me to.
I thought that was him. I thought it was him. I was like, they dug him up and he's like resurrected. It was
Crazy.
absolutely amazing. The guy was absolutely amazing. So yes, sorry, I had to walk all the way down from Montauk Highway all the way. I parked in the bank up the top and walked all the way down. And the kids are looking at me.
You got your steps in that day. You got your steps in.
Yeah, I got my steps in. It was fun. But ladies and gentlemen, in general, that is not the way they go. You get there. You have to get there on time. By the way, I was half an hour early. You got to get there. You got to get there on time.
Yeah,
You
perfect.
bring a chair.
Ryan, you know what's good about it also? We tell people, have dinner down there. The Catch is a great place. That's got a nice restaurant there. The view you can't beat sitting on the Great South Bay. When you have a nice summer night down there, I mean, if you get there down 4 o'clock, 4:30, if you're getting out of work 5 o'clock, you could bring the kids, and there's just so much to do down there. It's a beautiful place.
It's a great that. We're gonna go around the room. What's your favorite park? That is my favorite park. You can choose another one if you want, but that's my favorite. The skating, the baseball, the soccer. I carry my kids out there to do fly kites. It's so windy, so windy. It's perfect for flying kites. It's got its own beach. That's my favorite right there in Copenhagen.
Chairman, what's your
favorite day?
Your favorite.
My favorite. Oh my God, there's so many, but Geiger is becoming one of mine.
You took mine, Tony.
You.
You
Sorry.
knew I was going to say that too.
That's true.
Geiger is absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen. If you've never been, not only is there now, because now the new thing is up, right? The new park in the back is all set up, right?
Botanical
Botanical
Garden.
garden.
The garden was what I'm sorry, what are we calling it?
Botanical garden.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that with ducks and water and just calming. It's a lovely place to go and sit and meditate if you're into that. Like my place was always, going down to Babylon Village to the park down there around the lake. But that is beautiful. But then also for the kids, there is a spray park extraordinaire that you would enjoy. And of course, there are great concerts there, movies there, and it's a lovely garden. When you show up right there, it's a great one. So that is a great one too. Dan, what's yours?
I mean, Geiger is near and dear to my heart just because there's nothing like it on the island.
Yeah.
So it's amazing, but since it was taken already, I'll have to move on to something else. I think one of my favorite parks is going to become Michael Park. It's a park that we are going to renovate over the next year. And it's really a nice little area. It's going to have wonderful playground apparatus, and it's just a peaceful, quiet little area. And I think that's quickly going to become one of my favorites. Since
what is where is that one?
Michael Park is in what? Is that East Farmingdale?
East Farmingdale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just a great space in the middle of a neighborhood that is really going to have, playground equipment for all ages. It's got a nice walking path. It's got a place where people can play some informal soccer and things like that. It's a nice, quiet little park. And I think being that it's the first one that we're kind of going to oversee the renovation of, I think it's going to be near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
It's still down here.
Okay. I think a lot of people don't even realize that East Farmingdale is part of the town of Babylon. That it literally has its own airport that we literally have. I mean, we could be our own little
Great asset.
we could wall it up, and just be our own little place there. The Museum of Air and Space is over there. There's some wonderful things to do during the summer in the town of Babylon. And Eva, you got to choose something else now.
I know. Well, I'm actually, my in-laws are coming to visit me for lunch, and I'm taking them to the botanical garden, so I can't choose that. Actually, I really love Sanchez, which was known by many people as Sawyer. For one thing, I love parks that are in the middle of a neighborhood that you can bike or walk to, because I feel like, I wouldn't have a planning background if I didn't promote accessibility. And to me, Sanchez is the ultimate accessible park. Like, you can send your 10 and 12-year-olds off on their bikes and they can get there safely and have a lot of fun and then come home and they're fine. And it literally has everything. It has ball fields. It has a really nice swimming pool. It has two great little playgrounds, basketball courts, pickleball, you name it, it has it. So I really like Sanchez. That's in West Babylon.
Okay. And Rich, did you already say?
No, I'll say Overlook Beach, both in the summer and the winter. Crazy Schaffer says the winter too. So Overlook Beach, obviously during the summer, it's awesome because it's a town resident only beach. It's got great amenities, including the Salt Shack there. But also it sits next to the 9/11 Memorial, which is a beautiful tribute to the 48 residents that we lost in the 9/11 attacks that were murdered on September 11th. And it's got the access to Cedar, which brings you into the volleyball and all of the activities that go on over there. And in the winter, it's great when you're really having kind of the doldrums of winter for you to get down and get closer to the water. Even though it's cold, you get to kind of clear your head and count how many days are left to the next summer. So I love Overlook. And it's got the Sandra Backety Pavilion, which is named for Sandra Backety, someone I worked with, admired, and served with on the county legislature. She was one of Tony's predecessors as the chairwoman of the Parks Committee, and actually helped put a lot of the programs together. The swimming lessons and the swim competitions between pools and facilities is something that she came up with. And so Overlook is near and dear to my heart.
Okay. Right before we got started, I was talking to Dan, and the terrible tragedies that have been coming up around the nation. We were discussing some of that, and he said to me that we kind of have some things in place to take care of a situation. I mean, we have a really responsive police department as far as Suffolk is concerned. But Dan, did you want to tell us more about any safety concerns that that we're taking care of as far as the town of Babylon Parks and Recreation?
Yeah, I just have to go back to the support that Rich and Tony and the entire council show to the town of Babylon residents. And when they were able to convince Jerry Giganti to come over and become the Commissioner of Public Safety, it was such a big step in a new direction because of his professionalism, his connections, and this vision that he has to create a very high-profile, responsive group of people that are working for him, that he's really reshaping what the public safety image looks like. And he and I have developed a wonderful partnership to ensure that the people that do come to our parks are safe, and that the people that are policing those parks, whether it's the constables or a huge number of park rangers that have been added to the fleet in proper uniforms and proper vehicles, is really making a presence with the right people that are dedicated, that know how to de-escalate situations. He's also putting together emergency management plans for us to make sure that we've done everything that we can do to preempt any sort of tragedy or upsetting events. So whether it's simply working on traffic patterns together so that people don't get angry, or reassessing how people enter buildings and security measures to put in place there, or how to police our pools when we know at certain times of day and certain weather that people can get testy sometimes. We work together to come up with a plan for that, to mitigate problems and keep people as happy as possible. We're never going to make everyone happy, but we've come up with such a great plan to put the right people in the right place at the right time with the right credentials, that I, as a resident, would feel extremely safe going to any of our facilities, over the summer. So a huge shout out to Tony Rich for getting Jerry to come over, and then for Jerry for implementing in a very short amount of time a very safe plan for us for the summer. So I'm happy to work with him.
Okay, good, excellent. I'm happy to hear that.
So Tony and I have to bail now because we got to go try on our Earth, Wind, and Fire outfits.
That's right. Please do. Make sure I see them.
We want to give you a shout out though, because you are a big help to getting the word out about everything, and we really appreciate your dedication.
Thank you so very much. I absolutely love doing it. I absolutely making sure that people know that there are things around it. When I came to the town, and there wasn't anything. You guys were doing the job that you're supposed to do, right? But as a non-governmental person, I can do some things that you cannot, right? I can literally send people emails about this that just wouldn't happen. So of course, I took on the thing because I wanted to, and local businesses. I feel like they're the lifeblood of any town, and I found so many great people when I was shaking hands and going to chamber meetings that I said, why not let's talk about how great this place is that we live in. All right, gentlemen, thank you so very much for being here with us.
We'll leave you in good hands with Dan and Eva.
Yeah, all right, very well. You have a good day. All right, so that, guys, the one other thing I did want to talk about, since we started talking about safety, was also now that in the state of New York that it is sort of allowed that you can recreationally use marijuana. Is that something that we are concerned with at our parks?
Did you want to answer that, Dan?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So we've actually had ongoing discussions about this. The point of being, for many people, the point of being in the parks is to get fresh air. So one of the things that we have is an ordinance against any sort of smoking, whether it's marijuana or cigarettes. So
vaping,
there are children who are around. There are people who have compromised immune systems, COPD, etc. So in order to keep everyone safe and to keep the rules fair across the board, it is not acceptable. Just like, you can enjoy a drink at a concession stand if they offer it, but we don't want you drinking in our parking lots.
Walking around with a bottle and getting all crazy. No, absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's a simple solution. Yeah, we just don't do smoking in general.
That's right.
Town Babylon parks. beaches. So you just know you can get your light up on outside and somewhere else, and not necessarily here. Did you guys know that there is it's June, right? So there are a couple of things. Pride Month starts
Today.
and of course Juneteenth. I actually know that there's going to be a Juneteenth celebration here in Deer Park. I'm assuming they had to come and get some sort of permit from you guys in order to be able to do that. But then on top of that is Pride Month as well. Do we have any Pride Month celebrations happening that you know of?
I believe so, but there was Hope Floats was putting something together, and they've come for. I know there was a parade that was scheduled, but that would come through the supervisor's office, and they would come get a permit from us. But
Right.
yeah, I'm a big fan. So we have our own little Pride celebrations in Patchogue. So it's nice to see Babylon's doing it too.
It's very cool. The other thing I saw the other day was there's carnival coming to Long Island. Not necessarily to Babylon, but I understand that there's going to be a West Indian carnival in the Long Island. I was like, okay, I'll go check that out. That's part of my culture. I'll definitely go hang with them.
Good food, good music.
Yeah. Listen. It is, the music is great, but the fun to be had. Carnival is what it is, right? It is that celebration of, hey, let's go and do something that you normally would not be able to do. You let loose and go enjoy yourself. Not too much, but
Moderation.
Everything in moderation. Dan, you look exactly like the kind of professor who would say that. Mr. Williams, everything in moderation, sir. Okay, very well. All right, so other than that, you guys have anything specific that you'd like the people to know about what's going on in the town of Babylon, parks and beaches? Anything specific? I haven't got any questions. Normally I get questions about this, but I think it's probably because we're doing this in the middle of the day on a Wednesday. So that's probably what's going on. But anything specific you'd like to tell us that we're definitely... I love the fact that you've got a new park coming up, Dan. But anything specific that you have?
I think the one question that we've gotten a lot over the past few weeks has to deal with the beach permits. Over the past couple of years, I think it's been a little troublesome to get them. There was a switch over to some technology. And I think, one of the things that Eva and I did when we got here, I had conversations with every employee, and it was, where were we, where are we, and where are we going? And being able to kind of get information from people about what worked and what didn't work, we were able to put together a plan to mitigate the issues that were happening in the past. So we do have a very comprehensive beach permit sale plan, and it's been in effect for quite a while now. But we do sell in person, and on Tuesdays we're at Tanner Park from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. On Thursdays we're at Venetian Park, again from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then go to Geiger Park on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So this way, the 3 quadrants of the town of Babylon are all kind of covered with a local in-person. Get your sticker and you can put it right on your car right there. But then we also do have the 24-hour ability to purchase your pass online. And it takes us about 5 days to check your documents when they get uploaded, and then to get your sticker in the mail, and then you put it on your own car. But the receipt that you get from that process will get you into the parks for the next couple of weeks. So I just want that message to be as clear as possible to people, because that is the consistent question that we get, despite that it's on Facebook and that it's on our website and things like that. But
Yes. And that's great, by the way, because if I recall, the only way to get it used to be you'd have to go to Phelps Lane, right?
That's right.
And this parking lot is terrible for that.
Yeah. Well, don't say that. Tony will hear you. But more importantly,
we sell about 20 to 22,000 stickers a year. Having all those people come through the Phelps lot just wouldn't.
Yes.
And we're selling so many more than when we used to. I mean, people just love the beaches. They just love them.
Yes, absolutely. And now you can do it online too. That did not exist before 2019, as far as I recall. You had to line up. And honestly, I live near there. I live in North Babylon nearby, and there was a line all the way from the high school all the way down to Phelps Lane the day that opened, and sometimes for several days afterwards. So people were there getting the thing. Yeah, because there really wasn't any other way to get it. So
And
it's
we're
great
also,
to.
yeah, and we're also trying to make this an equity issue so that if you're working between 9 and 4, how were you going to get a beach sticker? So
It was impossible.
right, or you would line up on Ocean Parkway and cause problems there. So we're
Yes.
trying to. When we came in January, we looked at it. We said, no, we need our residents in Deer Park and Wyandanch to have access to this. We need people who work in, during Monday through Friday to have access to this. And then of course you can do the 24/7 sales. So it's about getting out to the community instead of just always staying in the mansion. We're out in the public so much.
All right. So I'm going to promise everybody, I'm going to get you the link to the beach passes. So that I'll put that underneath the video so you can get that. And those are still on sale until what time? What day did they stop?
We stopped selling them, I think, in late August, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to sell them as often as we can to as many people as we can, so that everyone has access to the beach.
We will not run out of passes.
Right.
And what are we talking? How much is it? How much are they again? The most expensive and the least expensive?
So it's $45 for a typical resident, and that gets you into the 5 waterfront facilities. So Gilgo, Overlook, Cedar, and then Venetian and Tanner. And that's $45 for a typical resident. For volunteer firefighters within the town of Babylon, it's $20. For veterans and active military, it's $20. And for senior citizens, $20.
Okay, excellent.
And a senior is 60 and over.
Yeah, so not that difficult, not expensive at all. And now that we can do it online, it's absolutely amazing that you can get it. You can get your receipt, print out your receipt from online, and does it come? Is there like a thing on your phone that you can use and show it to them?
Yeah, you could show it on your phone.
Yeah, if you screenshot the receipt and show it, that's absolutely fine.
Yep, Dan and I were both at Gilgo Beach this weekend, and we saw people with that, and that's totally fine. We understand we have a little issue with the postal service, and as much as I love the post office, things happen. Yeah, things happen. No, you show your receipt. People are not turned away. We're here to make people happy. If you're going to the beach, you should be in a great mood.
Yep.
Right. So carry your ID, bring your license
and your registration. Yep, and your car registration.
Yeah, if you've brought it, you've known you've purchased it, just show it to them at the gate, and you go. And like she said, Eva says, nobody gets turned around, nobody gets turned away. It'll be there for you. Please take advantage of those beats because it's totally worth it. Like I showed you before, that PDF, you definitely want to get that. You get it in the group, or you can get it on the Town of Babylon website and find out all of the things that you can do at the parks, at the lovely parks that Dan and Eva and all their staff have been providing for us and preparing for us for this year. Great big, it's like a grand opening, right? Are you a little bit nervous? No, it's happened already. Basically, Memorial Day was your grand opening.
We're planning a giant wedding, and then on Friday it was like the guests are coming, so hopefully they're right there.
And then it rained, and then it rained a little bit Saturday, which was actually okay. So we got to ease into it a little bit.
Yeah, see, exactly. So you slowed down some of the people who weren't too hard to go. But I think this is going to be an amazing summer in the town of Babylon. I want to thank you guys both for not only just being here, but also for all of the work that you have put in. And can people reach out? If someone has a problem, how do they reach out to you? How do they make a complaint so that, the most responsive government office I've ever seen can actually, reach out to them and help them with their concerns?
They call Rich.
Let me get you Dan's cell phone number.
Yeah, and I think
it's written on the bathroom at Tanner Park.
Oh no, Eva, don't say that. How dare you? Know what's going to happen now?
No. We really our bathrooms are very clean. We don't write anything on the bathroom walls.
No, but you can access us right through the website. You can contact us right through there. It comes, all calls come into the main office here. Email, it's d.mckeon@townofbabylon.com. I try to get back to absolutely everybody within 24 hours, and I know Eva does as well. Mm-hmm. We try to be just as accessible as the elected officials are, if not more, because we don't want them getting calls, and we don't want them to have to call us. So we really try to get everything in the bud if we can.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm pretty sure these numbers, all the numbers, the information, the email, all that info is actually in the PDF. I was going through it before, and all of that is in our PDF for the town of Babylon Parks this year. So if you want to find any information about what's happening, or you want to get information, get in touch with these two lovely people who have given their lives over to our parks and beaches this year. Yeah, exactly. Permits, pool plans, beach passes, and facility information. You can reach out to them there. All right. So, guys, I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being so open and letting us know everything that's happening in town. I hope to see you around town when I'm hanging out. If
Thank you, Ryan. This is very nice.
Thank
you see
you.
greasy, sticky kids like coming up to you and like, oh my gosh, my dad's Ryan. I wanted to say hello. Just pat him on
That's
the head.
great. That's terrific. We hope to see you then at the Phelps Lane Pool this summer.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think it most certainly will. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, you take care. I'll see you around town.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right.